am Cheree Ramirez, and I am at the 10th Street Studio in the City of Stuart, 10th Street Community Center. And I'm here with the wonderful Mike Gonzalez, also a.k.a. Mikey G.
That's what they call me. That's what they call me.
He is a wonderful community partner. He is involved in so many different things, and I'm just so grateful for his company this morning as we get started.
Appreciate it. Good morning.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
We do the Community Unity podcast and vlog for our viewers to introduce them to our community partners and community, resources that they have in creating this transparency and funds for Children's Services Council. Yeah. So tell me, how did we meet, just so that they can know that we are in this space?
So it was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday.
It was one fine morning.
It was it was one fine day. We actually met when we had all got together for the breakfast of the Dancing with the Martin Stars 2018, which in my opinion was the best year.
2018, yes, for sure.
So we met that morning when we were all introduced for the cast of the 2018 Dancing with the Martin Stars.
Yeah, through Martin County Healthy Start Coalition.
Yes.
So you've been very much involved in Martin County Healthy Start Coalition, and they are one of the providers in the community that are funded with your taxpayer dollars. So thank you again to all the Martin County homeowners for your continued support of CSC for the past 35 years.
Long time.
We wouldn't be able to do anything that we do without you and our community partners.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So one of the things that I remember from that time was your performance. I mean, you pulled out all the stops.
I did.
A little dirty dancing.
I did. My partner Jill and I, she wanted to do one song, one dance, and she's a professional ballroom dancer, right? And I'm just this guy coming off the street, and I like to entertain. Like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it big.
Yeah.
So there was two different songs that were in there, and we didn't just dance to one style of dance. We danced to 4 or 5 different styles of dance, and we called it like a Latin gumbo. Right? You just throw a bunch of stuff in there, and whatever you get, that's what you get.
Yeah.
So. Yep.
It was fantastic.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
So much fun.
Yeah.
I'll say 2018 was the best year. We had the best cast. Yeah. It was so much fun.
For those wondering, well, Mike, what did you score? 2 tens and a 9.
He scored better than I did, for sure.
I'm still a little upset about that 9. Still a little upset.
I am not a dancer. I have 2 left feet.
You did great.
But they pulled me back in for the 10-year reunion, which you were the MC at.
I was.
Tell us a little bit about your continued support of Martin County Healthy Start.
So, since we danced in 2018, they had, they've asked me to come back and, participate in, the show of all shows. 2019, I was somewhat of a host backstage. 2020, there was no show because of COVID, but 2021, I emceed for the first time, and
the 10-year anniversary.
It was right, the All-Star show, and you were there, and they had a lot of dancers that had danced over the 10 years.
Throughout the 10 years.
They asked me, we did be fun if you emceed this year. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then 2022, they came back and they said, we want you to MC again, and then again in 2023. So to be able to, be a part of such an incredible organization and, everything that they do for the babies. And now, not even just the babies, but just the education with the mothers and fathers.
Yep.
And I think that's just as important.
So what he's talking about is the David Carno Father-Child Resource Center.
Yes.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'll be having them as my guests in the next episode. I'll have Drew Gray here along with one of the dads that he works with.
Awesome.
So be sure to check out that next episode. So thanks for bringing that up.
Absolutely. Quick segue for you. I got you.
So we do a lot of great things in the community, and we've been through chambers together. Tell me a little bit about your work with the Palm City Chamber.
So I joined the Palm City Chamber with Bluestream. Through Bluestream. Originally, we were ITS Fiber. When I started in 2017, and then Blue Stream purchased us in 2020. But so I started, just as an ordinary Joe, attending the chamber events and trying to, network and
Never an ordinary Joe, by the way.
I try not to be. And, just networking, getting the name, out there. And I was asked to be an ambassador. And I was like, yeah, I didn't know what being an ambassador meant. And I said, yeah, no, that's fine. That would be cool. And I was an ambassador for a couple years. I was actually ambassador of the year for the year 2021. Just a quick plug on me. Yeah, and then 2 years ago, I was asked to join the board. Mm-hmm. And I've been on the board now for 2 years and very flattered to be a part of, once again, another organization that, we continue to try to help and give back to the community. And
they are the Education Chamber.
They are the Education
and with
Chamber.
A strong focus on education and development.
I mean...
Missy Campbell, the fearless leader.
She does not play around when it comes to education. But
no, she doesn't.
As parents, it's always very refreshing to hear that and see anybody's love in anything, whether it's love for education, love for music, love for Rocky Balboa. It's always inspiring to be around that. So, very fortunate.
For sure. Palm City Chamber is a wonderful community partner as well with CSC. She's sat on the Martin Reed's committees, and she's a strong person to be able to have in your corner. So thank you, Missy. Shout out to Missy.
Yes.
One of the other things you mentioned, getting an award from being Ambassador of the Year, but I know you just were highlighted for another award. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. So I recently received a Martin County Stewardship Award for Environmental Stewardship Award for my work with the Adopt a Road program. So 3 years ago, I adopted Savannah Road in Jensen Beach. And I really didn't know too much about the Adopt a Road program. You see the signs, and I just thought it was part of like the Florida Department of Transportation. I had no idea what it was to adopt a road. Yeah. And there's actually a mutual friend of ours, Mr. Frank Bolin. Are we allowed to?
Oh, Frankie Poo. Yeah. We'll bring him back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had adopted a road, and our daughters go, or my daughter and his son go to the same school, and he was telling me about it, and he's like, well, how you should adopt a road, and I'm like, what am I going to do about adopting a road? I had no idea, like I said, what it entailed, and I reached out to them, and they gave me a list of streets that you can adopt. And the second street on that list was Savannah Road, and that was the street that I grew up on in Jensen Beach for 15 years. I grew up on Savannah Road, and so I felt this was an awesome way to give back to a street that I lived on for 15 years. And there's really, what they do for the environment and bringing on kids and giving them, outlets to give back to the community. I mean, it's once again, I hate to repeat myself, but this is another incredible organization that they just do so much for this community and cleaning up the streets, but also giving kids an opportunity to really give back as well. So
what is the name of the organization?
So, it's Adopt a Road. Keep Martin Beautiful. Keep Martin Beautiful. Sorry. Keep Martin Beautiful. Yes.
So we, CSC team, every September, I believe it is.
Yes.
We do the Keep Martin Beautiful, and we go and clean the beaches and stuff. So it's a wonderful way to be able to continue to just give back to where we live, play, and work, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's wonderful. It's just another way to highlight the community partnership that he has here in our wonderful Martin County.
And once again, I was very, very honored just to be nominated because some of the list of nominees, just not just individuals, but businesses and organizations and even schools. And, my work on the Adopt a Road side, winning that Environmental Stewardship Award, it definitely meant a lot that night and still does to this day, a couple of weeks later. So
that's awesome. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you. And yes, you'll see me on the streets of Savannah Road every other month, and I'll be there picking up garbage, and then I'll post about it on Facebook.
You do.
And once again, it's just getting that. People don't know what they don't know, so it's always about getting that information out there.
Social engagement.
Yes, and that's one thing that they always praise me on is the amount of people that have come on board and adopted a road because they've watched one of my videos and they had no idea. Oh, I didn't know that. It was $75 for the entire year, and I have to do a pickup or 6 pickups a year. You could do a lot more if you want, but nobody knew. And now they're continuing to
share that mission.
That's it. That's it.
So
spread the word.
That's what we're here for with the Community Unity Podcast. We're here to be able to share the initiatives in our community that make a brighter future for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like for our youth, for our families, for anybody who lives in Martin County. We're trying to, make sure that they can all live a flourishing and beautiful life, right? That's keeping Martin beautiful.
That's it. That's it.
So one of the things that I wanted to bring up was you brought up Frank.
Yeah.
So was it last year or 2 years ago you participated in our Try Not to Laugh Happy Father's Day Dad series?
Yeah, it was two Father's Days ago.
2 Father's Day ago. Girl dad.
I am.
Since then you have Brooklyn,
yes,
who is 3 years old.
She'll be 4 in August. Yep.
And then you have Jordan, who just turned 1, right?
Yeah, my little chunk.
Yeah. So now you have 2 daughters, but you only had 1 then.
Mm-hmm.
The whole premise of this video was for you to not laugh.
Right.
You and Frank both just were laughing at your own jokes.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Bring it.
Tell me a dad joke.
Oh, man. Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
I don't know why.
She kept running away from the ball.
Oh, that was a good one.
I got that.
That's a girl dad joke for sure.
I'll be prepared next time I see you. Don't worry about it.
Well, you had some pretty funny ones, but there were some duds in there too.
Yeah, there were.
It was the laughter for me that continued to get me between you and Frank because, as you said, you guys go way back, old friends.
Yeah, I've known Frank since I was 9. Yeah, growing up in the same, neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. And Frank Bolin is another wonderful community partner.
Yeah.
He's a local real estate agent here and just a great supporter of CSC.
Francis.
So, thank you, Frank.
A lot of good times.
We rode that bike,
you guys
bike ride.
Yeah, I mean, me and Frank traveled Savannah Road. You guys traveled the United States in a bike.
From D.C. to Pittsburgh.
Hey.
It was for the Polly Strong Charitable Fund, an IRC scholarship. So, wanted to get back into your family. So tell me about your family. Your beautiful wife Sybil is a local hairdresser here, right?
She is over at Bangs and Red B 555 building.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another nice plug.
Right.
So tell me about being a father and the joy and the struggles that we sometimes have.
Yep. So just started off with Sybil. Her and I, we had been friends since 2002 and been together 10 years, married. It's going to be 6 years in October. And
congratulations.
Thank you. And on August of 2020, as we were dealing with COVID. Yeah, we had, one of the 2 best presents we could ever had in the birth of our oldest daughter, Brooklyn, on August 27th, and a couple years later, we got the word again that Sybil was pregnant, and once again it was another girl and Jordan. So I got Brooklyn and Jordan, 2 girls, and super flattered to be a girl dad. I would have loved to have a son. Don't get me wrong, but the pureness of just watching both of them. Mm-hmm. And just seeing how they interact together, and whether I come home or when Sybil comes home, how they just run to us. There's nothing like it.
Being a parent is like the best thing.
It
right?
is. It is.
It's the best and the most challenging thing.
It is.
At the same time.
Is. I mean, it's grounded me a lot. And you have different obstacles and different hurdles that you have to go through, and that's actually what me and Sybil as parents are dealing with. But Brooklyn is going through as of right now, with her cancer.
Yeah. So Mikey has the most beautiful, most strong little girl, Brooklyn, who is fighting cancer right now, and not to put you on the spot or anything,
No, no.
but Brooklyn Strong started
Yeah.
and has kind of taken over Martin County in different
Yeah.
places. So can you tell me a little bit about the community support that you've been able to receive from that,
Yeah.
and why you want to be able to share like about the different testing and different things that
Right.
can help other parents?
So, Brooklyn got diagnosed with cancer in December 2nd, to be honest, December 2nd. It wasn't exactly, you never expect to hear that news. You don't, I had a lot of other issues going on. I was trying to build a house. The owner of the company stole pretty much most of the construction loan.
Wow.
It wasn't just me; it was 50 other victims of PSL, Port St. Lucie properties. So we were in the middle of dealing with lawyers and filing charges, and then 3 weeks later, we find out that Brooklyn had cancer. So not exactly the best mental state to go through. Especially during the holidays, and Jordan's first Christmas and Jordan's first Thanksgiving, and it just it was tough, but we got through that, and the community has continued to be there for us, and especially Brooklyn. So in January we had the walk over Brooklyn Bridge, in which the Palm City. And thanks to Ed Campy, renamed the name of the Veterans Memorial Day Bridge to the Brooklyn Bridge for one day. And so we had a walk for Brooklyn, and over 425 registered walkers attended that day. The news was there, the fire department. I mean, it was incredible, and it was definitely a day that. It was great for Brooklyn because we had, not that we keep her in a bubble, but we pretty much keep her in a bubble without keeping her in a bubble. So that was the most people, who's around 400 people at any time, but she has not been able to go to school, right? Since she started chemo, she hasn't been able to go to school. She hasn't been able to be around other kids. She hasn't we haven't been able to bring her other places with the exception of the hospital.
Yeah.
So for that day, she got to see a lot of people, but she also got to see a lot of her friends from Apple Tree Academy that were there, and it was such a special day. And everything that whether it's from Palm City Chamber to Martin County Healthy Start Coalition, me and Sybil were just extremely, extremely honored and humbled just by everybody's sincerity and generosity. To be there and support Brooklyn, absolutely. And then over the last couple months, we've made these Brooklyn Strong T-shirts, and the purpose that I had was to create these shirts was the awareness. We had friends of ours who his son had heart issues, and they knew that while she was already pregnant. They knew he was gonna have a shortened life, and that awareness with. When we became parents, we were there, and we wanted to make sure, the heart and everything was okay with Brooklyn and Jordan, because we had saw that from somebody else. So the awareness was there. I never heard of hepatoblastoma. Not too many people have.
Yeah.
So not only does Brooklyn have cancer, but she has one of the rarest forms of cancer. This form of cancer only affects 1 in 1 million kids in the United States.
And the age range?
Between 2 and 5. Between 2 and 5. 1 in 1 million kids, and I always knew my daughter was 1 in a million, but this is so So as we're finding more and more about this cancer, it's like, why her, right? And you start asking questions, and you start looking at the man upstairs, and you're just like, hey, look, what can I do? And then I thought, more parents need to know about this. Now there's no way to prevent this from happening. Unfortunately, there is no scientific explanation of what causes it.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody smoked cigarettes for 40 years, they get cancer. Okay, well, there is no explanation of why this 2-year-old or 3-year-old or 4-year-old got this form of cancer. But maybe we feel that if more parents are aware of it, they speak to their pediatricians about it, maybe now pediatricians can start doing, extra blood tests and check that white level blood cell count, and make sure that hey, something seems a little off here.
Yeah.
You know, now I don't want to scare people, but at the same time, to do those tests and to maybe catch it earlier so that child doesn't have to go through chemo, I guarantee that parent would rather that than, you know, having to watch their daughter or their son go through what Brooklyn has gone through over the last 6 months.
So you sharing this pain that you're going through, but being able to give it a purpose, to be able to help other families and giving it more awareness. You are truly just like a gem in Martin County, for all the things that you do, but to your family especially. So,
well, you know, and it's all about, you know, as I've always told you, and I've told everybody, Brooklyn really makes it easier on Sybil and I because of the way she handles this. I mean, this is a 3-year-old girl that walks into that hospital, and she's like a rock star, and all the nurses love her, and they'll talk to her. And I don't know where she gets the personality from. I really don't. But
I have no clue.
But she goes in there, and she knows. The thing about Brooklyn, she's always been very observant, very communicative. You just tell her what's going on and why we're doing it, and that's it. Everything's smooth sailing. She wakes up every morning, and she has a smile on her face, and it just makes life a lot easier for Sybil and I, because we know that she's going through some, but she's going to get through it, and she's continuing to show that today.
Brooklyn strong.
Brooklyn strong. That's it. Brooklyn
I love
strong
that.
Indeed.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
And I know that the Palm City Chamber again. Was it Aileen who put a little something else together for you?
She did. Yes, Miss Venuto herself. She did on was it April or April?
April.
Yeah, she put together an awesome raffle for Brooklyn, and which, you know, we had over 200 people there, and they to bid on different prizes and, you know, different raffle
again, the
items.
Community donations that just continue to show how loved and how wonderful
and you know, between the Palm City Chamber, and not just Palm City Chamber, Palm City Chamber, the Stuart Chamber, down at Indiantown, the Village of Indiantown, their chamber, literally Martin County, and it's been extremely humbling and extremely appreciative, and I'll spend the rest of my life thanking every person as I see them. I really will. You know, and they always say, you know, Mike, we're just happy that Brooklyn's okay, and yes, but you know, Brooklyn's going to know that, you know, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, she's going to have such an awesome story to tell.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but that's the beauty about living in a community like this, is everybody's there for other people. People want to help. People want to help.
Community unity.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
Outreach. People want to help. They want to know, you know, they want to be there, you know, and for me, as the father, it was very hard. It was very hard to accept help. It was very hard. Like, I was just like, and my wife Sybil's like, look, you know, a lot of people want to help Mike, and the thing is, if they want to help, you can't stop somebody from helping, and they're doing it for Brooklyn, you know. Yeah. And once I looked at it like that, you know, then it was like, okay, well, let's walk, let's raffle, let's do whatever we got to do. But once again, it's just getting that message out there. You know, I had no idea what the Keep Martin Beautiful program was about until I joined. I had no idea what really Martin County Healthy Star Coalition was about until I joined the Dance with the Martin Stars.
There's so many different programs and resources in Martin County that passionate people like you can find something that tugs at their heart to be able to give back, to be able to volunteer, to be able to go and make an impact and donate. So many different resources, even outside of the funded programs through CSC. I mean, we fund 27 different providers and 48 different programs within that scope. So, but there is so many more. There are so many more, right? So it's just a wonderful thing that I've never lived in such a caring and giving community. I mean, it's just so beautiful. But I want to say that, let me just pull one of these. So these,
what we got here?
We got these little giveaways for you.
Very cool.
Not for you.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry. But for the girls.
I don't need to
go. And for
Perfect.
Brooklyn.
Perfect.
And And you do have a little decal if you and Sybil want to put one on your vehicles.
Nice.
Here's a little T-shirt.
Oh, look at that.
And look, community unity.
That's it.
That's what
it.
it's all about. So, again, thank you so much for your time, Mike.
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you for your dedication to Martin County.
This is it. I could still talk for another 5 hours.
I mean, really, we could. We can go on because we're old friends and we've been through a lot of things together.
Yeah.
And I just really appreciate everything that you do as a community partner for CSC and helping us spread awareness and share our mission and our goals to be able to make sure that we can really come together to make a brighter place for our future.
No, and it's all about giving back, and it feels good to give back. It really does. It's very therapeutic, and I'll look at the camera. I'll tell you, it is very therapeutic. And the thing is, it doesn't take a lot of your time. A lot of people, they want to join, but they don't know where to go. They want to join, but they don't think they have enough time. And I get it. Time is our most precious. I get it. I totally get it.
Time is a thief.
It is, but an hour out of your week or an hour even out of your month to do something. I guarantee you it's going to make an impact on somebody's life. That 1 hour will definitely make an impact. So
100%.
Go out there. And if you want help, call me. Call Cheree. Call one.
We'll get you connected.
Yeah, or listen to the podcast.
Please.
Listen,
share.
watch.
It's there for you so that we can connect the community.
Yes, and that's what it's all about.
Of course. So thank you again for tuning in to the Community Unity vlog.
Thanks again for having me.
At the 10th Street Community
That's
Center.
it.
We're in the 10th Street studio.
Right here.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a good day.
Bye.